Hello everyone. I am doing this review of Gladiator series knife. This is supposed to be a knife specially designed to chop and cut and dice vegetables. So I got this knife about 3 weeks ago. I paid the equivalent to 75 US dollars, and well, the whole point is to give my honest opinion. I've been using this knife almost every day, and before I bought it, I checked a few other reviews on it, so they were useful for me, but I didn't get an opinion from whomever did those reviews. So the idea of this video is to give you guys an honest opinion on it. So frankly, I've been kind of disappointed by this knife. I think, well, it is pretty indeed. It's too heavy for me. Well, I think it's not well balanced because the handle is much heavier than the blade. And another thing that I don't like a lot is the fact that the blade is very thin. I have here this knife. It's bought in Mexico. It's a Mexican knife. I paid around $3 for it. The blade is it's about the same length, some 7.5 inches. And now the difference of this knife is it's very comfortable. It's not very pretty, the handle. It's actually very ugly, but the knife itself is very well balanced and is comfortable. And when it comes to this knife, I mentioned in another video that some things that I don't like about it is the fact that on this side there is no pattern. It doesn't have these marks. It doesn't have the brand name on the other side, so it looks like it's missing its half. So this is the looks on the one side, and this is on the other. And I don't know. So we're gonna do. Let's get this over with. We're gonna do some chopping tests, so you can decide for yourselves. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. So now we're gonna go ahead and slice some tomatoes with this knife. This is another thing I don't like. It sounds like a very thin, it is thin indeed, metal, you know, it's very, if we compare it with the other one, it's quite thin. It's like for instance, this is thick. Doesn't bend much. This one bends it doesn't bend that much either, but it is very thin. Okay, so let's get over it. Okay, so now the design of this knife, the whole idea for these holes is that the slices don't stick to the blade. I think that they did that pretty well. You know, we saw that none of the slices got stuck to the blade, and I think that's a plus. Okay, so now let's see with the other knife. Okay, so it doesn't do so bad. It has that problem, you know, the water of the slice makes a vacuum effect, and it keeps it stuck to the blade. Okay, so that's it for the tomatoes. We're gonna go ahead and chop some celery. Okay, I think when it comes to celery, when it comes to chopping celery, any knife could do. doesn't make any difference if we use another different knife. It actually does, you know. I'm sure. Now there is another thing about this knife. When chopping, these windows here, these cuts, these squares, they are they're not sharp, but they kind of bother my finger when slicing, you know. Now when you slice, you slide the blade on the finger, and it's kind of uncomfortable. It doesn't hurt, but it's not quite comfortable and as the regular knife. Okay, let's do now. Let me clean this up. Okay, guys, so we're back. We're gonna do some zucchini. Okay, so I'm gonna try with this one first, and I only have one zucchini, so I'm gonna do half and half. Let's see. It's usually more comfortable to split it in four, like this and this, but I'm gonna do it in slices. Okay, so now. Okay, that's good. It's very nice. I wish I had some cucumber to do this chopping, slicing test, but I don't, so we're gonna have to settle for this test with the zucchini and what I have on hand. So still, it's better this one, you know. It's very good. It's I think as far as slicing is concerned, I think is much better. The I forgot the brand of this knife. Sorry, the Gladiator series is. I'm gonna check in a minute. Anyway, this knife is much better for slicing, the actual slicing, than this one. Although it has some minor inconveniences, as the one I was saying before, the fact that it scrapes a little bit the finger, and so anyway, we're gonna finally we have onions. We're gonna do the onions now. Excuse me. Okay, now, so we're gonna do the onions. It's actually the brand is right here. I'm sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. It's Dalstrong Gladiator series. I only remember the Gladiator series part. I'm sorry because of that. Please excuse my English. It's been a while since the last time I actually spoke English. I have no problem understanding it, but speaking is a whole different story. So, okay, let's do the onions now. And okay, I'm gonna split the onion in half. It's all right, as expected. And we're gonna do it. It's not so sharp, this knife. It's not too bad. So, same result. This knife is very good for that, slicing. Chopping is a different story. I don't like it so much for chopping, for what I was saying before, the fact that these windows are uncomfortable. And so anyway, my final opinion on this knife, for which I paid $75, I think I wouldn't buy it again. If you want a suggestion and you're thinking about getting this knife, I think this same brand, Dalstrong, has better models, I would go for a knife that's a little bit wider. I think we can cope with the fact that the slices stick to the blade. You know, it's not such a big deal. If you cut it in four before slicing it, I think it's a good idea. That keeps the slices from sticking to the knife, to the blade. And so I give this knife a 6 out of 10. So if you want, again, a suggestion, don't buy this knife. I wouldn't buy it again. It's a pretty knife, but it has a lot of flaws. So thanks for listening. Again, please forgive my English. I'll get better with time. Anyway, thank you very much.